Artificial intelligence can think faster and it can process more data and it never gets tired. However, there's one thing that artificial intelligence can't replace, and that is you. And if we let that replace our human connection or the humanity of leadership, then we have lost our leadership advantage. I use artificial intelligence. As a matter of fact, it's not a thing of the past. It's not just a niche. It is really something of the future that people are using daily. Artificial intelligence, sometimes the tools run entire leadership strategic presentations. And you may be asking, well, what happens? Am I going to become obsolete? Or the uncertainty of these times, will that make me someone of the past or make the human or humanity piece of leadership something of the past? I would suggest to you today that the answer to that is no. Because artificial intelligence can actually process data, yes, but it can't care. Artificial intelligence can predict, yes, but it doesn't know the entirety of the situation. And the way that we know the entirety of situations is based on the human connection within our leadership. So human connection cannot be replaced by artificial intelligence. There is some way, some method that we are going to have to combine both to where we can use the efficiencies of artificial intelligence without losing the humanity and the importance of humanity in leadership. So I want to give you a couple of points here and talk about, first of all, that human connection beats efficiencies. Efficiencies are crucial in leadership and in our organizations, and we are using the artificial intelligence tools to help us with that. Artificial intelligence can help us develop presentations. It can give us thought-provoking ideas. It can have predictive factors in it when we give it data or data dump inside of it, and it can give us predictive factors. But it doesn't know the entirety of the situation. So I'm going to give you an example about using artificial intelligence maybe in staffing. So if we take data and dump it into artificial intelligence and it actually predicts staffing matrix for our staff, it will never know the difficult patient, the aspects of the difficult patient that our nurse is dealing with. Or if you're in a different setting, it will never know the entirety of the situation of what that team member is dealing with. So it still requires us, we'll never become obsolete because it requires us to be connected with our workforce and understand the different aspects or nuances within our workforce to help determine or make decisions. So I would use artificial intelligence as a partner, but not the master of leadership. And then number two, I think it's important that we don't let artificial intelligence change who we are. So, for instance, you have your own morals and your values, and I have mine as well. And artificial intelligence, even though it can give us a lot of information, should never replace our morals and our values. It can actually help cast or develop, not cast, but develop a mission or vision. It can give us ideas about a mission or vision statement, but it can never cast or give or implement that mission or vision within our workplace. So we are still needed and will never become obsolete. So I want you to remember that, because data can guide decisions, but empathy earns loyalty. It is the trust of the people that we serve that is our currency in leadership. And so it's so important for you and I to remember that even though we use data, people are more concerned about, and data is important. Again, I'm going to stress that, but people are more concerned about the connection of the leader with those that are working for that leader or the leader serving those people. So we have to develop trust, because trust is literally the currency that we use in leadership, not artificial intelligence. So we must not forget that artificial intelligence has a place in the workplace, but will never replace the leader in the workplace. So let's talk about just a little bit about being our own AI, which means we're adaptable with integrity. Again, we have to find a balance where we're adapting to these tools that are coming into the marketplace, or perhaps you're developing your own tools, but we have to make sure that we keep our integrity of using those tools to ensure that we remain the master of our leadership, the master of our careers, and the master of influence within our organizations. Artificial intelligence will never take the place of your integrity if you don't allow it. So let's use it for tools that are important to our organizations. Let's use it for the benefits of things that it provides for our organizations and our leadership to help us make decisions. But let's never forget that we must be adaptable, A, with integrity, I, for artificial intelligence. So we still are needed in our organizations, and we still must never forget the humanity piece of leadership. So the future of leadership isn't human. The future of leadership isn't artificial intelligence. It's actually both. And we must use those tools within our own careers and our own organizations, or we actually will get left behind. So let's use those tools as needed, but let's provide the human in our workforces that our employees can trust. As we serve together, Dr. Jeff.